Welcome to our Community Church Unitarian Universalist. I am your worship associate, Alicia, and it is a joy to be with you today. So who are we as Community Church? We are a progressive, open-minded, and inclusive religious community. We welcome all who are on a spiritual search for truth and meaning. Ours is faith in action as we do the work of social justice and elevate compassion in our quest to live ethically, recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of every being. We have a couple announcements before I'll tell you then a little bit more about the special service that we have. So I'm going to bring up Emma first.
Just as a reminder, in lieu of sharing the plate this month, we have a giving tree for the family of Rosa Diaz. So there's a tree with gift ideas if you haven't taken something, an ornament, and can get something. It's in the fellowship hall, and if you can bring any gifts back by this coming Sunday morning, so that's for the morning service on Christmas Eve. Thank you.
And Marilyn has an announcement.
Michelle is planning a wonderful, fun service for us next Sunday morning, which is Christmas Eve. And as part of it, she would like all of us to wear our favorite Christmas sweaters. So it can be your very best Christmas sweater, or it can be your tacky Christmas sweater. Yay! Whichever you please. Okay.
Thank you. You will notice if you looked at your order of service that we have a very unconventional service for you today. It looks quite different. We are presenting the Lights of Life, a December Holiday Pageant. This was written by the Reverend Dr. Randolph WB Becker. It was adapted by our good friend of CCUU, Melanie Morel-Ensminger. And I want to give you a heads up right away. There's a little bit of audience participation. It's just in the beginning and then it stops. So don't feel nervous about that. I just wanted to let you all know that. We'll be a little bit, but then it will kind of go away. That's fine. I'm going to begin our service today with our land acknowledgement. We acknowledge and pay tribute to the original inhabitants of this land. The city of New Orleans is a continuation of an indigenous trade hub on the Mississippi River, known for thousands of years as Wabancha. Tribes that have lived on this land include the Caddo, the Natchez, the Choctaw, Chitimacha, Oma, Tunica, Balassi, Arakawa, among others. We recognize that as a result of broken treaties and involuntary removals, Native Americans were often forced from their homes. We remember and pay respect to the communities impacted by those actions. Native peoples have lived on this land since time immemorial, and the resilient voices of Native Americans remain an inseparable part of our local culture. With gratitude and honor, we acknowledge the indigenous nations that live and continue to thrive. Let us now prepare for worship with our chalice lighting. It is Community Church's custom to light a chalice invoking hope and eternal truth to our worship. Please join us in singing We Light This Flame with the words printed in your order of service. Let's pretend that it is a dark, cold winter night, and we're all gathered together, maybe in a cave. We're trying very hard to keep warm, but it's difficult because it's so very cold outside. So let's all shiver together as if we were really, really cold. That's really well, good job, okay. And it's not enough that it's dark and cold, but the wind is really blowing, so let's make the sounds of the wind blowing. Oh my goodness, now we can hear wolves howling outside our cave, and they sound hungry. I didn't even need to ask you to pretend to be the wolves. You did it, so that was great. All right, a long, long time ago, a tribe of people, cold and hungry and scared, gathered in a cave. In the forest surrounding them, they could hear the sounds of various wild animals, all of them cold and hungry and scared too. At long last, they heard a familiar sound, the footsteps of one of their tribe. As he approaches his friends and family, they can see he carries what they had all hoped for. In a piece of animal hide, he hid from the weather the small glowing coals of the fire from another clan. He bends down and places the red-hot coals into the prepared bed of kindling wood, and soon flames rise up where before there had only been darkness and fear. That was long, long ago, but many people still remember those times. They remember them in their dreams and in their spirits. They remember them in their own fears. Each year at this time of winter solstice, the time when nights grow longer in the winter, which our ancestors called Yule, in the many lands and cultures of the Northern Hemisphere, people gather on the longest night of the year, the darkest night of the year, and they light special fires of remembrance to call the sun back, to bring the spring again. They gathered together and shared food and light and warmth with each other. They held parties and celebrated, just as we do today. So the ancients lit their fires, and we today light our fires. To remember our connections to earth and sky, our connection to life and death and life again, our connection to hope and courage and joy, even in the darkest times of life. May we see this flame of light and hope at the turning of the year and be glad. So let us now sing together a song that celebrates the Yule season. This is not 225, it is 235. 235, Deck the Halls.
Diwali is a Hindu holiday that is celebrated throughout India. It is held in honor of the goddess Lakshmi, the goddesses Lakshmi, Sarasvati, and Kali. Myths of its origin refer back to a time when Lord Krishna told the people to stop worshipping the ancient deity Indra and start giving puja, or devotion, to the goddesses. It also celebrates the blessings given by these goddesses. Diwali is celebrated on the last day of the year. People in India and from India dress in white and bright colors. They make sure their houses are freshly painted and completely cleaned on the day of the festival. Rituals are performed to banish the goddess of bad fortune. People bang on pans and light candles or small oil lamps in every room of the house in order to scare her away. After dark cities are lit up with fireworks and big bonfires. Diwali is thought to be a good luck day. Darkness is banished from homes, but also hatred, jealousy, ego, and enmity should be removed from our minds and hearts. On Diwali, let us light the lamps of universal love, unity, and companionship, and strive to make the world happy, healthy, and prosperous. In honor of Diwali, let us sing a Hindu hymn called There Are Numerous Strings, which is number 197 in the hymnal.
Just that you guys know, it goes, here's verse 1, and then verse 2 is up here. So it like hops back and forth. It goes back to verse 1, and then it goes to verse 2, and then back, and then it goes to verse 3, which is over here. So, just so that you have a fighting chance.
Once upon a time, many years ago, there was a rich and handsome young prince who had everything he could want, but he was not happy. He could see all around him people and animals suffering, being hungry, being poor, being sick, being abused, being afraid. And he wanted to make a difference in the world. He sat underneath a tree for several days to meditate on the suffering of the world. And underneath that tree, he became enlightened. It was like a light going on in his soul. His mind and spirit were freed from suffering, and he resolved that he would live the rest of his life helping others to be free from suffering. He was called the Buddha, which means enlightened one. And all over the world, wherever there are Buddhists, people remember and honor the day the Buddha became enlightened on Body Day. We light this little Buddha lantern to remind us that everyone has the power to become enlightened, like the Buddha. In honor of the Buddha, let us sing a hymn about lighting spiritual lamps inside ourselves. Be ye lamps unto yourselves, number 184.
Hanukkah is celebrated by Jewish people to remember the liberation of the temple in Jerusalem from Greek possession. It also is a remembrance of the miracle that occurred when the temple menorah was lit with only a small amount of oil, enough to last one day. Yet the menorah burned for 8 days, and the Jewish calendar is only a minor celebration, but it is the Jewish holiday most non-Jews know about. Hanukkah is an 8-day celebration. This year it ran from sundown on the evening of Saturday, December 8th, till December 16th. The major ritual of Hanukkah is the lighting of the candles, one each night after sundown until all 8 are lit on that final night. The menorah is usually placed in a front window so people who pass by can see it and also remember the miracle. When the family gathers, Hanukkah songs are sung, special foods are eaten, gifts are given to the children, and holiday games are played. That's not what I wanted to do. Sorry about that. Get that one good. mention are all burning. That one won't go out.
Oh, God.
Who's going to- In my defense, the donated menorah is a child's menorah. Okay? I'm not a child by any stretch of the imagination. Leaving that aside. Okay. Today, Hanukkah is celebrated as a time of dedication and renewal. It is a time of remembrance both of the ancient temple and the age-old struggle for religious freedom. Those who celebrate Hanukkah should also strive to be a source of light in the world. Even though Hanukkah is over, we light all the candles of our menorah to remember and honor the celebration of light and freedom. With our Jewish brothers and sisters, let us celebrate the miracle of lights in darkness and faith in time of hardship by singing a Hanukkah song. It's number 222, and it is Miyah Ma'ala.
Many of the festivals of this time of year focus on the human experience of waiting. We wait for so many things. For the light to come back to the world, for our own courage to take hold of our hearts, for anger, envy, and hatred to be banished from our world, for the time of miracles to be our time. Almost as ancient as the Yule log, as hopeful as Diwali and Bodhi Day, and as symbolic as the menorah, is the circle of evergreen and fire. Like the headdresses of the goddesses of old, which told of life everlasting and light never ending, the Advent wreath now symbolizes that which is already, but not yet, that for which we wait and hope. For Christians, it is a symbol of the 4 Sundays before Jesus' birthday. 1 new candle is lit each Sunday until just before Christmas, the wreath is afire with the hope that our waiting will soon be over. We light 3 candles of our Advent wreath because Christmas is almost here. It is the 3rd Sunday of Advent. Let us sing our longing for hope of the world, number 225, O Come Emmanuel.
Christmas and the tree. The story in the Bible tells of the birth of a baby who many say grew up to be the great messenger people wait for. In a small stable far away in ancient land, a baby was born to 2 common parents. But before long, angels danced in the skies, voices came from the heavens, and wise astrologers came from the east, all to proclaim that baby special. That baby would live and die to become a very special person, Jesus. He would try to help people understand that they can choose lives of love, that they have reason to believe that death is not the end of existence, and that each person can find the wisdom of the universe for herself or himself. Now, 2 millennia later, his birth is celebrated with many of the symbols of the season. Evergreen trees that symbolize the persistence of the Spirit. lights that symbolize the ancient hope, the many colors of decorations that symbolize the diversity of our spirits and gifts, which we've all received, the gifts of life, love, and thought. There is a story that says the Christmas tree was first made popular by a Unitarian minister from Germany, Charles Follen. We hope that story is true. And we honor how important Christmas is in so many ways to Unitarian Universalists and to so many others by decorating our church Christmas tree. So we invite you after the service, if you care to put an ornament on the tree. The ornaments symbolize, don't they, that each of us are unique and bring a particular gift to this community. And so the tree symbolizes our community church. Please now join in the Christmas hymn 248, Oh, We Believe in Christmas.
Some of the celebrations of the season are as old as all of human civilization, and some are as modern as our time. The people of Africa, tracing the longest lineage on earth, have celebrated a set of values that mark the very essence of what we now call civilized. But slavery and violence tried to separate African American people from their heritage. The power of fear, the greed of others, oppression, racism, have robbed many of these values. To help people of African descent remember, and to help all people celebrate those values, the celebration of Kwanzaa was created by Ron Karenga, who received a grant from the UUA to do his research. From the day after Christmas, for a week, families gather to light one more candle each night and think about the important values of unity, cooperation, faith, collective responsibility, creativity, self-determination, and purpose. Letting all of our various lighters have a job this morning. We have lit just one symbolic candle on our kinara because Kwanzaa doesn't officially start until the day after Christmas. We will now sing a Kwanzaa song as we take up our offering for the life and work and future of our beloved liberal faith community. As usual, you can give online at ccuunola.org/donate. You can send us a text at 504-370-2659. Text the word give. Or you can also send us a check at 6690 Fleur-de-Lis Drive, New Orleans, 70124. As we collect our offering, we will sing hymn number 147, When All the Peoples of This Earth. I invite you to join us in the extinguishing of our chalice. The words are printed in your order of service. We extinguish the chalice here, that it might blow gently in our hearts. May it light your path as you leave this place. May it guide your way until we are together again. Jim has a brief announcement before our benediction.
After the service, I invite you to come have some birthday cake. This coming Thursday, I'll be celebrating my 80th birthday.
mention a word of gratitude for our worship committee. When there was a scheduling conflict with our speaker, the whole committee came together to put on the service and also provide us with these beautiful lights that we see.
Wonderful.
All right.
From ancient times to our times, from faraway places to our own homes, from the realm of miracles to the realm of the everyday, the Spirit of light shines forth in this season to remind us that there is more that connects us to one another than what separates us. Our holiday service is ended, but the holiday season is in full swing. May we all be blessed with light and joy and hope and compassion and generosity this season and always. Now please turn and greet your neighbors with expressions of holiday joy and peace. Go in peace.